Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is when you're joining, welcome. 49 is the number for today. 49 is my number for today, my birthday. And I never make a deal out of my birthday. It's always downplayed. And this year is, to me, it's a celebratory year. Because I have to celebrate myself. Not have to, I want to. I need to, and more of us need to do that. And just using birth dates, anniversaries of anything, as that checkpoint and a reminder for ourselves to, it's like, look how far we've come. Look at the strides we've made. Look at the difficulties we've been through. The joys, what we have to be grateful for, our highlights, what all we did for the year. I love doing that. I love that. So I have my window open here. I feel I'm gonna just quickly close this while, yes, this is happening. I feel like the as much as I love the breeze, and it's meant to be today, it's gonna be almost 30 degrees today. It'll probably get up to that, so I'm excited. Okay, so welcome again. Today we're going to be using symbolism and story for the collective messages that will be coming through. I've been playing for a while and approaching things with new eyes, like using cards. And I love cards. I've always loved cards, but any divination tool can become something that people rely on more than their intuition. They're great for connecting and, learning, and then using what we know or our experiences, what's coming through, and we are meant to just be using that as a way to connect and to help put together the story. Cards, I use gemstones, as anybody who's been following me for a while knows. So I have my bag of gems off to the side. I also do scrying, and scrying is something that's that I've done on my own for myself. And I suppose do it for others, but not just sharing that's what I'm doing. And really, what are words? What's the labels? Does it matter that, oh, she does this or this person does that? And it's really more about feeling, listening. Today, what I'm saying might sound like nothing to you. But to the next person, it could be that sign they need to make a change in their life, or it could be a confirmation that something they've done is, stop second guessing yourself. This is a confirmation for you that, you're on the right track, to align with where what your intentions are. So, this particular reading, I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm already at 4 minutes. So this, to me, this one here is, if you don't have the time or patience, then scroll by, come back another time. But we're going to get into this, to feel what the energy, like. So I've been setting the space up. I've got some incense from Stickman Incense that's going right now. I've got my candle here. I just had to gaze into it for a moment, from Five of Hearts Studios. I have to say this. Today is a day of yellow. I felt this morning, I was like, what's the color for the day? I don't usually do that. And today the color is yellow. And so I chose to wear a yellow dress. And I thought, you know what? I'm wearing a dress today. And if you feel like wearing a dress, wear a fucking dress. And not worry about what, like somebody is, oh, you look nice. Where are you headed today? My yard, my kitchen table. And I have to mention my Baltic amber, honey amber necklace. I got this from Diane at Fairies Glen, and I know that she gets some amazing finds, and this was one of them. It is one of my favorite pieces. I wear it all the time. It really does help with inflammation for me. And I have been paying attention and noticed a difference. So maybe it's with the mind and the connection of it. Regardless, it works for me. I even wear it to bed sometimes. So it's not just for babies who are teething. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's get started here. So right off the bat, so I have a card sitting out. I've set things up here, how I was called to set things up for today, and not knowing exactly what's going to come about. But here we go. So I'm just going to take a deep breath. Okay. I'm hearing the word slow down, right? So I feel like that's for me. That's for anyone else that's here. Slow down. And someone's slow pace may be another's, yeah, everything is relative, right? So slowing down, what that means to you. For some people here, it's going to mean stopping. It's going to mean actually sometimes we are stopped so that we pay attention to how or why we need to slow down, or what areas of our life we're putting too much into or not enough. Now, this card flew out. I work with sacred geometry and have been learning about it. One thing about me is I don't retain a lot. It's something I've been quite self-conscious about, my memory. But I will read and immerse myself in things, and I forget details until I'm really sitting in it, and I'm like, okay, allow this to come through. So I trust that when there's something in there, Spirit will bring the meaning, the messages forward of what it's meant to be in that moment with what knowledge I have that's in here. So the pentagon is what came up here. And so I pulled the little sacred geometry here. It's 5 points, the 5-pointed geometrical shape here, sacred geometry. And so what is that? If you look at that in the center, it will, and if you draw the lines, it's going to make the star. And this here representing the connectedness is what I'm hearing, in the connectedness of spirit with all. So, and that is the pentacle or pentagram being this, it's allowing spirit to be part of your everyday life is what the message is here. And so this is what we're starting with. This is our set point. I feel like I need to ring the bell. Okay. So we're back to this slowing down and the energy, slowing the energy down so that we're able to pay attention to what is there. I'm seeing this image of driving, and this comes up sometimes. It's in my psychic data bank. Every psychic has one. And it's this, it's like you're looking out, I'm seeing like the window of a car and you're driving and everything, you're driving fast. So if you're looking straight out your window, you know, like everything is shunk, 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 shunk. If you shift your gaze a bit, you can see things coming differently towards you. But so you're still going the same speed, but you're shifting your perspective of how you're looking at it. So therefore, it's slowing you down in this still while everything is traveling quickly. This is cool the way it's coming through today. And so shifting where you're or what you're looking at while you're moving through something can help shift your emotions, your feelings, how you about this. Your perspective is going to be different when you look at things differently. And people are so rigid in even how they're choosing to look at something. Okay, so this is, I haven't even pulled any cards here, but this is now leading to this perspective. And okay, so in being able to see things that slowing yourself down, like, so that your perspective is not being skewed by the speed of everything else that's going on around you. That's a bit of what this is. And that's going to look different for everyone who's listening to this too. So take that and apply it to whatever area of your life. But okay, so here, I'm feeling this is the only card here on this side. So the Nine of Pentacles, and 9 we know is the completion. It's endings. It's things coming, all the ending of it. It's like, you know what, we've reaped the harvest, and now it's like everything is wonderful and we're enjoying the benefits, but this chapter is now closed and there's probably something new to do. This isn't 9 an ending, meaning it's a bad ending. It just means completion. This is a cycle that's done. This is you know what, the garden has been grown. All of the vegetables have been harvested, and now it's time, you know, we've cleaned everything, and now, you know what, we're ready for some next thing. And so that's what is here right now. And this being in that space of the material world and the accumulation of, we'll say, things, but abundance is here. I'm seeing an apple, and not being afraid to eat it. That's but whoever that speaks to, that's for you. There's something else like here about apples as well. And this, there's like this not having to ask permission. I don't like when I'm that's coming with this. Let me sit with this for a little bit. You know, Ace of Swords. Yeah. So this is really embarking and starting that next chapter with, Ace of Swords here. So this is with leading and starting something with good intention and with, you know, with clear decision making, and knowing that, like, when we think of that sword, that a sword can cut through. So you can cut through, it's like cut through the bullshit, cut through the, you know, it's like, this also feels like even just a, yeah, it feels more like the cutting through, the clearing, the, being clear on the decisions that you've made moving forward for whatever this is coming up. But there definitely is something connected to your abundance in the flow of it, in what's coming in the near future here. But it's going to come differently than what it has in the past. That's part of this as well. Different part of that meaning there. So okay, so now we're going to shift. I'm hearing 3, so we're going to I'm going to pull 3 cards. This is an interesting deck. Actually, no, it's not pull 3 cards. It's cutting it 3 times. And this card is the card right here. Ha! Oh my God, people. I was shuffling this deck before I came on. About an hour ago, actually, so a little bit ago. But I was shuffling it and I was like, okay, what is it that what's this for today? What's happening? This is the card that came out this morning earlier, and now it just is what came out again. And so this is from the Shaman Oracle deck, the Dreaming of You deck, it's called. So in this is really... First thing that's jumping off here is the number 54. So if I go like this, look at that, like the 54 on the bottom of the card, and 5 plus 4 is 9. So here we've got another 9 here, just confirming this. And the pentagon, the number on the card here is 10. So here we've got 9 and 10. So, and 1 is, well, I'm not going to go there. 1 is beginnings. Okay. So, what's coming up here with this card in particular is what I'm seeing in here, like these are ways of scrying these images here. I'm seeing the number 4 in it. But how, what our foundation, like building a foundation requires different things to different people, and there are different ways to build a foundation. And what one person needs for stability and security this is for you to establish what your non-negotiables are in your life. Like for you in this, for you right now, because, okay, this energy that I've got to find words for. This idea that there is no right or wrong, and anything with spirituality, I'm finding a lot, right? This is not for people to pick apart where someone is in their journey. It's about figuring out what aligns, what is feels good for you right now in what your dreams are, your goals, how you want to feel, and know that everybody is at a different place in this. So wherever you are in this, but knowing that saying there is no right or wrong is not an excuse to push aside morals or what yours are because somebody else has told you that that's the wrong way to do something. I mean, it can even go, like, people will tell you that there is a wrong way to read cards. People will tell you there is a right or wrong way to communicate or to meditate or to date. There's a right way to enter a relationship. There's a right way and there's a wrong way to express yourself. There's a wrong way for this or that. And like I like to say negative and positive because negative doesn't mean bad. Negative means a lower vibration, and we can do things that are of a lower vibration without attaching or feeling as if we have something to apologize for because it is registering as, quote, bad for someone else. At one point in time, I thought that anybody who smoked marijuana was a loser. like this is an example. And do I think that now? I think there's a lot of losers sometimes. Like winners, losers, whatever. I'm using that as like a blanket term of like, there are people who are losing out, who are missing out on opportunities to live fulfilling, joyful lives because they are choosing to numb something, and they're not using things to enhance or to help. And maybe the intention was that, but it can become not. So there's this other message here. Okay, so I'm just going to take a breath because I'm feeling this energy. I felt it already earlier, and I have to just ground here. That's what it says on here, grounding. Oh, and it says origin star on this. I wrote on this card. And so this really is too about connecting with that, where grounding ourselves in the earth, but we also can't be so grounded in the earth and connected to the earth that we aren't like, that we're like flopping around, because it's like, well, I'm grounded, my feet are grounded, I'm grounded. But how do we connect with the, like, astrally, right? So there's that as well, that is part of grounding. So, okay, so there's this other message I have to say. I feel like that will come through, and then we'll probably be closing up here. Okay, so there's words that are going to come through. Listening to someone else's opinion, and this goes for even this here today. When we know ourselves and are checking in with our body, our sensations, what our intuition is telling us, and I use these words, non-negotiables. So a non-negotiable could be, I will not enter a romantic relationship with someone who drinks alcohol on a regular basis. That could be something. Because of, for whatever reasons, it's just, you've decided that. And that could be a non-negotiable. And that's okay. That's good. Now, someone else, and feeling that there is no right or wrong in saying that that someone could share their opinion, their belief, their everything with you. And they want you to hear them out. They want you to listen to what they have to say. And about how, well, this isn't a problem for me. I drink socially. I have a glass of wine every night. That's not a problem, or whatever. And you can still listen to somebody and accept what they have to say as their opinion, we're not even going to use the word truth, because what does that word mean? For everybody, it's something different. And so we're not using that word. So what is someone else's value system at this point in time? Well, this person, this is where they're at. Not where they're at, but this is what feels good and authentic to them. Whether or not we see things differently than they do, or we do see things differently than them. Okay, let's just use this scenario. We see things differently than them. Now, this person's choice is not wrong if it feels right for them right now. We may go, you know what? You may not think that you have a drinking problem, but I think you have a drinking problem, or I think anybody who has to have one alcoholic beverage a day has a problem. Okay, whatever. This person's opinion being their truth, being their not truth, their idea of what they want, or their choice. This is their choice. they're choosing this, then they can choose that and you can choose this and still both be right or of positive high vibration, if you know, or wherever you are, and accept fully and be okay with it, and still choose two different things and not judge this other. So I'm going a little off here. If this is speaking to you at all, it's because it's about knowing what your personal boundaries are, knowing what your like morally, where are you with that? Wow, we're not gonna the words or the term moral injury has been coming up, and I think that you know, if you can look into what that means, but there are so many people right now who have moral injury because they're working in a job they hate. They are stuck in a system they can't get out of. They're stuck in a relationship they feel they can't get out of. There's all of these things that I lost my train of thought. It's now totally taken from me. This happens, you guys. I'm gonna ring the bell. Okay. I'm hearing, wrap it up, Marie. Keep it under 30. Keep it under 30. So we're going to cut this deck over here. I'm reaching over with my right hand, cutting it, which is, it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Fern. So this is the, oh, okay. Well, forest bathing's here, but okay, let's just look at this. So I'm looking at this here, Fern. Okay, Fern. And this image that's here, and we're going to put this right in the center, and really, oh my gosh, you guys, look, I got so excited. Number 9. So 3 9s showing up, you guys. And so here is that other confirmation. It feels, no, this is about beginnings. It is when we see this, I'm seeing like the fern, the, you know, the curl of the fiddlehead that, and the time of year that is, and what this brings. And so we're going to start seeing all these ferns that are coming up right now. And ferns are one of those first things that they pop up, and they're there, and they are lush and beautiful. And this really is 999. Well, maybe that's partly too, you know, my birthday here. 9 is coming up here as well, right? Okay. So then, okay. And number 11, this was kind of leaning off of this deck here. So I wanted to pull this. So this image, this is actually one of my favorite images in this deck. When I went through them, this is one of them that really jumped out to me. And on this, I wrote on this side here, euphoria. That's the main message off of this card. And how we can be in the place of, okay, so I'm going to look here, and what am I seeing in here? Okay. The message here is about continuing to work towards bliss, your bliss. What is your bliss? What things, tangible things, inward things, the bringing everything together that does create those feelings of, well, that euphoria, that bliss, that living in the present moment and being so grateful is the word. And that now I'm seeing how these two cards here are going together. So we're building the solid foundation, okay? We're building this foundation and grounding ourselves in this and seeing what those things are that we need and knowing ourselves so well that, oh, these things I struggle with. I have struggled with these things in the past, or this gets me. And being aware of that and asking for help, holding ourselves accountable, doing things, making decisions with discernment and clarity and wisdom, and taking your time through it. Here's, I guess, a little highlight of everything. And celebrating your victories. This is important for today too, celebrating your victories and allowing yourself to reach the space of euphoria. What can you do? What do you do? How long has it been since you have been in a space of, the words here are ecstasy and bliss. And this does not need to be connected to sex. Bliss, ecstasy, this feelings of like, I don't even know how, the release, the all of it, thinking about what happens to you physically, emotionally, when you let yourself go, when you are completely free to be, to release, to accept, to be everything, all that is, the dark, the light, the everything here now in the moment, and being grateful for everything as it comes together and comes through. And that is what will help you reach that place of ecstasy and bliss, fulfillment, joy, the gratitude, the all of the love, unconditional love, the highest vibration that is there. So I hope that there's some things here that come together for you that speak to some of you. And if you've made it through, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I mean, I'm under 50 subscribers. One day I'll be like way, way over that, but I would love to get, reach some YouTube milestones. And so I want to be able to do some live videos with you all and on my channel, and that's coming soon, with your help. So thank you so much again, and have a wonderful, blessed day.